those
Yeah,
songs will ever be replaced?
they have been. We just don't listen to that crappy ass music, so we
I
will
mean,
never
at
hear
the
it.
I mean,
games, like at the sports games. You know, they play
at
fucking
games.
Crazy Train and
Oh,
everything else.
yeah, that's true. Like we were talking about they
Yeah,
do the
yeah,
Ozzy all aboard
Right.
yep.
over and over again.
Right.
Yeah, I
When
don't think
kids
they'll ever
get
be
up,
replaced. I think they may add a few.
Paradise City, play the shit out of that.
Right.
Yeah, they may add a few because Pepsi or whatever paid them to, but like maybe some Justin Timberlake can't stop the feeling, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
But it's gonna be. I don't think they'll ever get rid of the.
I think it depends on what size arena it is too, and what kind of sporting event. Because I went and saw the Admirals, and they played White Zombie and shit.
Cool.
Yeah, like they were playing Thunder Kiss.
That's
during the
awesome.
timeout. Yeah, it was,
would've
but it's
been
hockey.
stoked.
You know what I mean? Like it's
That's true. That's
right.
true.
It's hockey, so like you looked around, you're like, "Where is everybody?"
yeah, like basketball. I mean, they're gonna play hip hop probably or
Mhm.
rap. Football, they're gonna play Paradise City and fucking Ozzy.
There you have it. All right. Let's fucking do it.
Lazy
Look at the
man's
size of
old
that
fat.
fucking.
This episode of the Red Eye Report, we talk about superstitions. Ever wonder why we think black cats are bad, or why your life is fucked if you break a mirror? We've got you covered. With me tonight is the king of superstition, Mystic. He's so goddamn superstitious, he can't leave the house without shitting his pants and rubbing Tabasco sauce on his nipples 17 times counterclockwise.
So, yeah.
That's what you call fucking dedication.
Counterclockwise.
Dedication.
Right. We also have Ashtray. He's the tits of mustard.
Tits of.
Ha ha ha.
That's right. Whole grain, baby.
Whole grain
Whole
mustard.
grain mustard.
And finally, we have Teddy. He's superstitious of white people.
Also known as having common sense.
Common sense.
Mhm.
And I'm the Oracle, and I will be leading this shit show for the remainder of the evening.
So
So-
strap
I
on.
was
Yeah,
told there would
strap
be
it on.
shit that's
When
still
did
used
we
from
get
here.
subtitles?
What the fuck are you talking about?
On our feed, I have subtitles now.
Auto-generated, aren't they?
Yeah, I think Facebook at least does that now.
Oh, all right.
Fucking Zuck is actually typing that out for us as
yeah,
we speak.
I was saying that they
right.
censor our
Yeah.
slander.
I don't know. Maybe.
Oh,
So, superstitions. I was watching a thing. So the Packers fucking lost this weekend. They
Yep.
should have won the goddamn game.
fucking
Um,
Obama.
Yeah, fucking Obama did some of his voodoo shit, and he made the
That's what
Packers
happens when,
lose.
when you don't score over turnovers.
Yeah, I know.
And
I mean,
And you
yeah,
don't and you don't go for it on 4th and 6 in the fourth quarter with 3 minutes
Yes.
left to go.
Yeah, they
Yes.
don't.
Yeah.
They don't fucking put out the swear words. I'm watching it.
So the Packers deserve to lose that game. Yeah, they only lost by 5 points. They could have won it, but I was pretty fucking bummed out because the Packers had a great team this year. And I don't know. Like Aaron Rodgers is talking like he doesn't know what he's going to be doing next season.
Oh,
They
shut up!
always
He'll be
say
back.
that.
He'll be back.
Okay. Well, anyway.
Brett
They're
Favre
like,
did that shit for like
I might
5
just
straight
take my
years.
ball somewhere else.
Yeah.
Get back here, you dumb son of a bitch.
So, after being pissed off about that, I started to watch some documentaries on ESPN Plus. And first one I watched was about Michael Vick, which that guy, you know, he made some poor decisions, but I think he's a good dude, honestly. And he got fucked over. They were going to get that guy one way or another.
What do they have against him? Because he's
Well,
good.
Yeah, because he was a good black quarterback from the hood that was like phenomenal compared to everybody else on the field.
Yeah, I forget that too. He's quarterback, black quarterback.
Right, he was like the best one. by far at that
They're
point
out to get
in
him.
time. But so anyway, these were helping me feel a little bit better about the Packers' loss, and I heard about this documentary called Catching Hell,
What
which
racism made you feel better about the Packers' loss?
no. So I was watching
The
documentaries.
institution did.
I know, but I mean, what the documentary was about and how they fucking took
Right.
out a black
So
man. That
so
made you feel better about the fucking.
so I watched another one, Teddy, about a white man. Everything isn't about the black man. About a white man that got fucked over, who was named Steve Bartman. He was a fan,
Yeah, but
and
he fucked over a lot of Mexican people, so that's
he
just as racist.
he fucked over a lot of people. And basically, he was this guy in the stands during the playoffs of the Cubs. He was right on the wall. They hit a foul ball, and he basically prevented it from being caught out by the Cubs player, which they could have won the game because of that. And then the Cubs subsequently went to have like 8 runs scored on them. And they lost the game
because of it.
Yeah, like pretty bad. And the fucking crowd went insane. Like they were gonna kill this guy.
Yeah.
And he had to go into hiding for like the next decade.
Well, yeah, it was like the only shot they had in the last 107 years or some shit.
Right. But here's the thing. This is what brings me to superstition. So the reason why they were so fucking crazy about this is because they had all this superstitious stuff with the Cubs. So it started with the curse of the Billy Goat. Apparently, during the
Goddamn Billy Goat.
1945 World Series, this bar owner, had a goat with him at the fucking game, and people were complaining about it. He had to leave. So he cursed the fucking Cubs. So here's this curse because of this goat. Then in 1969, they're in a division race. They were going against the Mets, and a black cat comes out onto the field. And everybody's like, "Oh my God, it's the fucking curse! Oh my God!" And
there's nothing they can do about it but hiss.
They get their fucking asses kicked as a result. Same thing with the Steve Bartman thing. Okay, so when that happened, the series wasn't finished yet. They still had another game to play. But all the players and everybody, they interviewed them for this documentary. They're like, "Yeah, we booked our flights for the Dominican Republic already because we knew that we were going to fucking lose because of this curse, because of superstitions." Yeah, it totally got into their heads. And it made me, it's like, Jesus Christ, this is fucking you over so bad because you're so worried about the superstitious shit. The foul ball that was caught for that game, a local restaurant, a Harry Carey restaurant, bought that ball for $100,000 and destroyed it by electrocuting it, boiled the fucking fibers, and made a pasta sauce out of it and fed it
my God.
to everybody in the restaurant. Yes. So, superstitions. Cubs fans
like
are
the
definitely...
curse of the Bambino.
Yes, the Bambino. Right?
Did he do it? Did they all eat the baseball willingly, or did he fucking
They did
just
it
like sneak it
willingly.
past it?
Yeah, they
Okay.
did
Did
it
you just
willingly.
strain it into the sauce or something?
Yeah, they
And they
put it in
weren't
the
literally eating the stitches, were they?
No, they like boiled it and strained it into the sauce and fucking ate it. And that's how they thought they were going to get rid of the curse. Now, the Cubs did end up winning the World Series in like 2015, 16.
I was
Yeah, but that
glad
was
they could finally stop
16, I
fucking
think it was.
Yeah.
bitching
Yeah, but
about
that
that
was-
goat.
Yeah, but that was witchcraft, not superstition.
Yeah.
So some other
Yeah.
superstitions stuff from sports that I didn't know about. So Michael Jordan, I didn't realize this, but he would actually wear his North Carolina shorts underneath his Bulls shorts
Yeah, I've heard that.
for good luck, which I thought was really interesting. And Serena Williams, she's another athlete, so she won't change her socks. If she's on a roll, if she's winning, she will not change her socks. They're her lucky socks, and she's not washing those things.
Nasty.
Yeah. right?
Yeah.
And these are pretty mild compared to some of them. This one guy, this Glenn Hall, who was a goalie in the NHL, looks like he was a goalie for the Indians. He had to puke before every game. He would have a bucket, and if he did not puke, he would have a bad game. So he started
Who are the
502
Indians?
consecutive games. Isn't that a hockey team? Or am I
No,
thinking
that's a baseball
You
team.
think baseball team? Yeah, baseball.
The
Blackhawks.
Cleveland Indians.
Blackhawks.
Yeah, the Blackhawks.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the
Blackhawks.
Chicago Blackhawks.
Yeah, Chicago Blackhawks. So these are some of the superstition things, and they think that a lot of these stem from religion. A lot of them from pagan religion before Christianity, like knock on wood. We knock on wood because that was thought when you would knock on the trees that's where the spirits were, and that you were invoking the spirits. That's why you're knocking on wood in order to do that.
And this is why humanity is all this
Throwing salt over your right shoulder
Yeah,
when you
throwing
spill it.
salt over your shoulders. So let's talk about some of these. So lucky horseshoes.
Fucking lucky horse.
Yeah.
I
Have
never
you guys
understood
seen
that.
that before? A lucky
Yeah.
horseshoe, like in a
Yeah.
house.
You have to keep it. Don't you have to keep it up because if you turn it upside down, the luck will spill out.
Yeah.
Isn't that the thing about it?
That way they hang it on the door.
Yeah.
Knocker.
Yeah.
So the origin of the superstition, and this is from mysterycurious.com.
Yeah.
Like a weird swinger
real
site.
Trusted, the
Authoritarian
real trusted source.
source.
So
Authoritarian source.
I'm looking at some digs here.
there's this story of Saint Dunstan, who once saw a devil and recognized it and warned it never to enter a house which has a horseshoe hung outside.
Oh.
So there you go.
Warned
They
the devil?
just listened, huh?
They just fucking
told
listened.
that devil.
Devil
So
just listened. He's
Right.
like,
Devil's
okay,
well,
cool.
shit.
All right.
Yeah, right.
This guy
So-
seems legit.
Yeah.
Next time I see a devil, tell it to get fucked. Oh, go okay. Get out of here.
Also, they mention on here that blacksmiths were considered to be, very important people during their time in the communities. So they were highly regarded, and I guess that could be a reason why they adopted this. Lucky rabbit's foot. I don't think I've ever had a lucky rabbit's foot.
I always wonder, were
like
those always fake or were they real?
they're just-
Those ones you
I
buy.
think they're fake. But
They're probably all
it's
fake now.
I mean, yeah, but it's just weird having it on your keychain. It's just fucking people. I don't like that hair feel. I don't like fake hair. I'm not a fan of fake hair. I
Like
fucking
that.
hate fake hair.
Okay, so
It's
the origin of this superstition can be traced back to totemism, a theory stating that every human has evolved from an animal. Rabbits, among other animals, have always been associated with fertility and prosperity. And originally African American, the tradition of carrying a rabbit's foot has spread to other parts of the world.
oh, really? We started it. Way to go.
Yeah, there you go. So you better get a fucking rabbit's
Teddy,
foot.
be proud
Teddy.
of that.
I'm not gonna chase down and shop my fucking rabbit's foot off. I got it, Ma. I got it.
So black cats. I feel like that's a big one, and that's the image that we have on our stream today is the black cat. And apparently this was surprising to me because I thought that this was like a black plague thing where this had happened because they blame the cats. It was actually the fleas. So the origin of this superstition can be traced to ancient Egypt. So back then, their goddess Bast was a female black cat. Christians at that time, wanting to eradicate all other religions from society, convinced people that black cats were demons. So
Christians did this?
Yep, the Christians did it. Thus, a black cat crossing someone's path began to be considered as evil, a barrier in one's way to heaven.
I blame Mel Gibson.
Fucking Mel Gibson, man.
Mel
That's what I
Gibson,
blame.
sneaky bastard.
A fucking piece of shit.
Yeah. There's the walk under a ladder. I guess it has something to do with the fucking Holy Trinity or some bullshit. But I've always felt that walking under a ladder is just not a good idea.
Yeah, that doesn't make any sense.
Like,
Why would you? Right?
Why would you walk under a
just
ladder?
go around?
Well,
just
Because
go around it.
because it's a shortcut, bruh.
Dude.
It's safe. It's safe. Just go under. You know what? It's if he falls, breaks his back, that's his problem. He should have put a ladder up. Okay, he should not have put a ladder in the way. Just walk straight through.
I just feel like so many things could go wrong. Just fucking go around the goddamn ladder. Okay, breaking a mirror. This is definitely one. So, the origin of this superstition stems from the belief that your reflection in the mirror represents your soul or self. Breaking of the mirror would cause the self to break, indicating that bad luck is near.
Okay.
I didn't realize this, but there is actually a remedy to ward this ill luck away. Some people believe that if broken pieces are buried underground, bad luck can be kept at bay. Okay. I believe I saw this.
Okay.
My neighbors are gonna think I'm burying a body digging in my backyard with a shovel.
Right. Yeah.
I'm just trying to get rid of some luck. It's not
trying to win
out.
the lottery, man.
I saw on another website. I believe this is ancient Greece that this originated. Ancient Greece or possibly Rome.
Same neighborhood.
And Travis actually, he said, if it's safe enough to stand on, referring to the ladder, it should be safe enough to walk under. All right, that's a fair enough point.
It's a fair point. But
what happens if you trip and hit the little fucking brace in the middle and the ladder fucking folds out and then you both get hit?
Dunces who should like stay away from ladders.
Just
you
don't,
shouldn't be working
don't
in
even
trades.
go near it. Just don't even go
out
near
of here.
it.
Yeah, get out of the work site.
All right,
even the guy stands and holds that stop sign.
We have the unlucky 13. This is definitely something that I've heard of. So apparently ancient Egyptians associated the number 13 with death. 13, this is the one that I've heard of the most, is how many people were seated at the Last Supper.
Yeah, that's the one I heard.
So you can't have 13 people sitting around the same table.
Don't high-rise buildings not have 13th
They
floors?
actually skip the 13th floor.
Yeah.
And they go to the 14th floor.
They always do?
Well, I don't know if they always do.
I don't know if they always do, but
that sounds
almost every building I've seen
does.
Sounds
a little
like
over the top.
Look it up. Look it up.
Yeah.
Hold on, I'm looking it up.
It isn't wasteful. They're just changing the number. Not that
look for height.
Yeah, it's not like they just cut the whole.
It's not like it's building.
It's not like they have the fucking floor and they just don't use it.
It's wasteful.
I think I've been in a few elevators that had
a
13th floor.
All right, we have spilling salt. This is
Mystic,
definitely.
did you find it?
Yeah, well, you look for it, Mystic.
Yeah, continue while he's looking. Is that just stop demon salt?
Spilling salt. So the superstition might have originated from the idea of discouraging wastage of salt. So don't spill the goddamn salt. It's expensive because it used to be very hard to come across. So, and also the roots of the superstition can be traced to the Last Supper. A lot of shit happened during the Last Supper. I think they were just tripping on fucking shrooms.
Fucking Dan Brown was there taking notes.
Some people believe that Judas, the betrayer of Jesus, had spilt salt during the supper.
Damn Judas.
And of course, you can remedy this by throwing it over your shoulder into somebody's eyes.
Right? That was a way to protect you, right? Is a throw of salt over your shoulder. So isn't that just as wasteful as spilling salt?
No, that you have to throw it over your shoulder if you have spilled it. If you just throw it over your shoulder, you're a fucking asshole.
Okay. So if you spill it, you gotta then scoop it up and like, oh fuck, just
right.
To be
you
safe.
Gotta throw it over your shoulder.
No harm, no foul.
Does the shoulder you throw it over matter? Is it like left or right? Does it matter?
I don't believe so, but according to this fucking weird swinger website, but I'm sure somebody else out there has a different take on it. Okay, opening an umbrella indoors. This is definitely one that I've heard of. So it's supposed to be bad luck. Um, and it came from ancient Egypt, and it was said that opening an umbrella in the shade was considered to be an insult to the sun god. Opening an umbrella
Sun god's an
indoors
insult to my fair white skin.
would also mean disrespecting the spirits in the house, as the umbrella open for protection would imply that the shelter provided by the household was insufficient. So go fuck yourself, bitch ass
So,
spirits.
What, my roof not good
Um,
enough?
so yeah, started way back in the day. They don't really know exactly when, but 13 is commonly omitted, and they just skip right to 14. Although some cities have banned the practice. Right here in 2002, based on an internal review of records, Otis Elevators estimated that 85% of the buildings with Otis brand elevators did not have a floor named the 13th floor.
Wow.
Oh shit.
80%.
Vancouver city planners, though, have banned the practice of skipping it since it could lead to mistakes by first responders.
Right?
Mm.
So, yeah.
Wow.
And the most common reason is triskaidekaphobia. Descaphobia. I can't
Mm.
even say it.
Yeah, that's
Fear
like
of
the
number
fear
13.
of the number 13.
Yeah.
So it was the Romans with the mirror. Sneezing. So we say, God bless you or bless you because it was thought that when you sneezed, you were potentially losing your soul. Your soul could escape your body.
I have a
Get
few of
back
those
here, you
sneezes
sneaky
sometimes.
soul.
I've heard that.
You're then
before.
like, oh God, you gotta go try and clean
Yeah.
yourself up.
Got a lot of soul on that one. There.
Yeah. It's deep down in there.
Achoo!
Looks all ashy.
Okay, so here are some other superstitions from around the world. These are things that many of these I hadn't heard of.
I
Chupacabra.
kill a lot of goats.
So apparently in India, trimming your nails at night is bad luck. So don't fucking trim your
Good
nails
shit,
at
huh?
night. In Russia, hiding empty bottles on the ground or putting empty bottles on the ground is good luck. Apparently, this covers for them being alcoholics, and
Right.
right. It stems from
Not having to throw their shit away.
right. While
Just
soldiers, while they were in Paris, they were able to save money on alcohol by hiding their empty bottles on the ground rather than leaving them on the table, as they were being charged by the empty bottles they left behind. So they're trying to be fucking
So,
cheap.
so
What?
just
They charge
glass
him
in the
after the
streets
fact?
everywhere?
That's ridiculous.
I guess.
Right?
I don't know.
That doesn't seem like very
that
good.
bartender
business
lost his
practice at
business.
all.
Idiot.
Okay, apparently in the UK, you want to say the word rabbit on the first day of the month. The first thing you say on the first day of the month is rabbit, rabbit. You'll have good
Nice,
luck
huh?
for the rest of it.
Yeah.
You've
Have
heard
you
of
ever
that before?
seen? Yeah. Well, have you ever seen the show Spaced? It's like the first show that they
Great
say
show.
it in there. Rabbits,
I
rabbits,
forgot
rabbits.
about that.
Hmm.
Yeah, what's his face?
Simon Pegg.
Simon Pegg. Yeah.
Yeah.
This seems like a bad idea, especially in Brazil. Brazil, leaving your wallet or purse on the ground. So
That's
placing
good
your
luck, or seems like bad luck.
placing your
Yeah,
wallet or purse on the ground in Brazil is said to bring bad financial luck.
Well,
Obviously.
Yeah, because it's Brazil, they're gonna rob you.
It's just like cutting your balls off in Brazil probably brings bad luck also, but I mean,
I want to go to Rio de Janeiro, but I want to
yeah,
have
that's
fun. So
also known as losing your wallet.
Right?
just cheat.
Okay. Where'd my purse go? I set it down. Well, you should have done that.
So apparently in Serbia, it is common Serbian superstition to believe that spilling water behind someone will bring them good luck. People will often spill some water behind a loved one who is about to go on a trip or job interview in order to wish them luck.
Right? And then your
What
wife's
if
like,
they
"You better
turn
get down
around?
there and wipe that up."
Like
Yeah,
they
they probably
they
slip.
spill it, and you're like, "Oh, I forgot my keys." Turn around and you fall flat on your fucking
Yeah.
face, kill yourself.
In Portugal,
I would
You-
be the husband who's just like, "Oh, honey, I just spilled that beer for good luck."
It's for good luck, bitch.
in Portugal, it's really bad to fucking walk backwards.
Oh,
Don't
that's why
do
Michael
it.
Jackson never toured there.
So allegedly, it lets the devil know where you are and where you're going. Fucking watch out.
Uh,
In Japan,
Oh, this
you
is
wa-
gonna be a good one.
people are often advised to tuck their thumbs into their fists when they're walking through cemeteries.
Really?
In Japanese, the word for thumb directly translates to parent finger, and the legend warns that tucking your parent finger will protect your parents from death. That's why the
Weird.
fucking Japanese live to be so long.
That just feels
which
so
just don't go to
weird.
cemeteries.
Let's try to find. Mystic mentioned some goats. So we got Rwanda, women eating goat meat. Local folklore advises women against eating goat meat because it allegedly causes facial hair growth as well as
Ugh.
stubbornness.
That's where Bromhilda got her mustache.
So I guess in China, they are wary of the number 4. So the
What?
pronunciation of 4
Yeah,
in
because they're 2
Chinese,
+ 2 = 5.
in Cantonese, it is similar to the word for death. So people believe that this is bad news.
Really?
Yep. In Egypt, opening scissors without cutting anything. So it is considered unlucky to open and close scissors if you're not
Oh.
actually cutting anything. Similarly, leaving scissors open is also said to bring bad luck. Yeah, because you
Yes,
fucking
when you fall on
slice
'em.
your goddamn hand open on it.
So going back to the China thing, you said that for the number 4 is real close to death, right?
Mhm.
Is that because the fucking having a 4th family member like means somebody's got to go because you're only allowed to have like one kid?
One child.
Could that be like a reason?
Maybe, maybe. I thought this was interesting. In South Korea, many South Koreans will never sleep in a closed room with a fan on. It is commonly believed that prolonged exposure to fans causes hypothermia, loss of water in the body, and even asphyxiation.
In the body.
I
of
can't
it.
come into
Badia.
work today. I was dehydrated by my fan.
Well,
So
I mean, Trump thinks they cause cancer, so
right.
Yeah, the
Right.
big ones.
Yeah, so these are just a number of superstitions from around the world. Do you guys have any superstitious things that you or your family have ever engaged in?
I don't have any superstitious things. I guess I don't think it's superstitious. It is a superstition, but it's weird. I don't. The whole don't see your bride before the wedding thing.
Mm-hmm.
But apparently, when we were meeting our wedding planner, she asked us if we wanted to have a first look, which I didn't know what that was. I was like, what is a first look? And apparently, people now are before they walk down the aisle after she gets dressed, and everything they come and see each other, and then they go do the thing. So
Oh, that's been the first look thing has been common where you don't see the bride in the dress until right before, or you have the photographer like specifically capture that moment. I think they've been doing that for a while.
was it? Yeah. Well, I haven't been married in a while, so I didn't fucking know. You and me. So yeah.
Any other ones?
I like to do the knock on wood. I don't know why, but like kind of one of those things I say when I know I'm gonna probably put my foot in my mouth.
Mm-hmm.
Knock on wood. Hope your boyfriend doesn't catch me and punch me out.
Yeah.
How about you, Mystic?
no.
Except the Basco.
Ain't superstitious about none,
on your
except for those
fucking-
bath salts.
Yeah. I'm definitely not superstitious. I'll wear like a jersey or something. But that's about as far as I'll go with the superstition thing. I mean, I just think it's ridiculous. Like with the Cubs thing, I mean, they were mentally fucking themselves over because they were so
Yeah.
worried about this shit, you know.
Yeah.
One thing that I found an interesting video that was talking about the origins. It's in the outline. It'll be on our website for the episode. But they asked like, why do these things stick around and how did they get around the world? And they said that it really we can blame our parents for fucking us up. So let's say you don't feel
Final answer.
super like strongly about walking under a fucking ladder, even though Travis says that it's okay. If your parents stop you when you were a child, they say, well, maybe we shouldn't do this. That's enough to influence you where it's just as easy for you not to do it as it is, you know,
Right.
for you to do it. So you might as well just not do it. And I
Well,
feel like
yeah.
that's
You
how
don't
I am.
think I mean, kids in France probably don't give a fuck about ladders.
Right.
You
Yeah,
know
they
what I'm
probably
saying?
have
It's
their own
but at
dumb
the same
French
time, they
things.
probably
Fucking
only eat
French
cheese
ladders,
with their
they're
left
made of
hand on
bread.
Thursdays or something
French
stupid,
ladders
you
are
know?
made of bread.
It's fucking baguettes nailed together.
Baguettes. Not even nailed together, just hardened butter. Just dip
Oh
it in
yeah,
butter.
that's pretty good.
Let it dry.
Oh yeah, Travis said, "Don't step on a crack." I forgot about that.
Yeah,
one.
that's
You break
definitely
your
one.
mother's back.
You
Right.
break your mama's back.
All right. So that's it for superstitions. Yep, Steve Bartman and the Cubs. That was the big one that got me on this, David.
Here
All
I
right.
come with an axe. Here
Yeah,
I
that's
come with
oh
a
yeah,
fistful
there's a
of
good
fuck
story
you.
about that. Okay, so we were in a band and my first day coming to practice, Mystic and I were in a band. My first day coming to practice, the drummer was like locked in the practice room and he wouldn't open the fucking practice room for me and the door was all beat to shit and like
Yeah.
the mail slot was like hanging and I'm like, what, dude, what's going on? He's like, dude, is he still out there? And I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? He's like, yeah, I was playing and this guy like went insane and started beating the door with a baseball bat. Well, it turns out that guy was a squatter in the office space where we were practicing, and he was reacting to the Steve Bartman play.
Yeah, he was a
went
big Cubs
insane.
fan.
Yeah, he was a Cubs fan, and that's how insane he went. Yes, this was Synchrom.
You got fucking hammered. Yeah, you got hammered. Fucking went to fucking passes out. Here comes Chris at like 11 o'clock at night, fucking beating on his fucking drums. Cause there was like what, 6, 7 offices
Yeah,
in this
like
building.
office spaces. Yeah.
And there was supposed to be nobody in there. So we would go after like 6, 7 o'clock at night anytime and we could practice.
Right.
So that's what Chris thought, but this dude got fucking pissed. He was like beating the door down with a bat and shit, dude.
Yeah. So I never knew about the connection until I was like, dude, I asked these guys about the Steve Bartman thing, and they're like, yeah. And Mr's like, that's what Let the Beatings Begin was
Yeah,
about.
the name of our album was about that.
I never listened to the
Begin.
lyrics. All right.
Wow.
So next up, we have What's Sexy, where we tell you what is sexy in this world. And let's start with Teddy and The Stand.
So I am listening to The Stand right now by Stephen King. This is the longest book I've listened to. It's 47 hours.
God damn.
Yeah, I was gonna say, isn't that book
Jesus
like
fuck.
fucking 15?
Well, here's the thing. Well, here is the thing. I did not know the version that I got. There's like a pre thing before with that does read by Stephen King, and he says that the original. This is an extended version of the book. In the original version of the book, they said the publishers told him it was too long, so they asked him to take out 400 pages. So he did.
Damn.
Jesus.
Right. So in this version, it's supposed to be more backstory and other things.
So is
But
this
I
like
didn't
the
read
fully
the original.
unabridged version?
Sort of. He said he didn't put all 400 pages in, but he did put a lot of them in. So it's an awesome book. The way it starts out with a I don't know if y'all ever seen the fucking
I remember
the shows or
seeing
whatever.
the
Yeah.
fucking TV
TV
miniseries.
series.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of want to watch the CBS one. That's what got me on this to listen to this one, because people are saying it's actually pretty good. The way that it's the virus in the book that starts everything is kind of similar to it's kind of similar to the coronavirus, except it just got way worse. And it's kind of it had me thinking, like, you know what, yeah, I would wear a mask all the fucking time. I mean, it was very. I
Got
mean, it
me
was very.
thinking not to get vaccinated.
Yeah, but I am 17 hours in. The book is getting real cool, but it is Stephen King, so yeah, it's fucking awesome. I listen to books more than I listen to music now.
Hmm.
Yeah, it's got my son
Good
reading.
for the brain.
Yeah, my son. Yeah, it is actually my son. Got my son reading Ronald Dahl. After listening to Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, he's reading Up a Storm. Or Ronald Dahl, whatever.
Ronald.
Donald.
Ronald McDonald Dahl.
I thought it was Ronald Dahl.
Roald.
Roald
Whatever.
Dahl.
Whatever.
Roald Dahl.
Roald Dahl, whatever.
Don't be upset. That there was a producer at where I work who called him Ronald Dahl.
Yeah, I thought it was Ronald Dahl. I'm gonna look that shit up.
I was like, dude,
That's Ashtray's fuck
guys don't
doll's
do
name.
Yeah, right.
Had a big
If I
clown
can remember
fucking.
it.
DAHL.
Yeah, but it's I'm at the part where the book's starting to get good. Shit's starting to go down. The virus is spreading quick than a motherfucker.
Imagine being such a prolific writer that you could write a book and 17 fucking hours into it is where it starts to get good. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
Yeah, that guy is like a fountain.
like people are reading it and they're just like, I know it's gonna get good. When? Oh, here.
I mean,
okay,
it's
about
been,
right here.
It's been good before, but it's starting to get. This is. I mean, I'm at a part where the virus is spreading and the government can't really hide it anymore. And like it's a scene at a campus where they're quarantining all these kids at a campus, and the kids are like, well, "Fuck this, is America," and they start to leave, and the army just starts mowing them down because
You've hit Act 2, is what you're saying.
Yeah, it's fucking.
Would you say Sister Act 2?
No, you've hit Act 2.
Oh.
Well,
Sister
fucking
Act 2,
Stephen
yeah.
King. I don't know if
Whoopi.
you've seen pictures of him back in the day. That dude did a lot of fucking cocaine.
That dude is on a lot of drugs. Yeah. He'll even admit that shit.
Right? What a fucking life. All right.
He's a hell of a
Oh,
writer,
shit,
man. He's
man.
fucking-
Yeah.
He's easily the most prolific writer in the history of anything.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay, next up we
pretty
have
great.
Mystic with Miracle Workers.
All right, this is a show. It's on TBS. I'm watching it on HBO. They put the seasons on there. It's based on a series of books. Well, not a series, really. It's based on different works by the same author, Simon Rich, who's a humorist. The first season is basically, it's a god. Imagine heaven as a gigantic corporation. So there's like departments of everything, like departments of the penis, departments of genitals. You know what I mean? Like the department, yeah, like anything that you can imagine, there's a department for it. And these angels all do tiny little menial jobs. So like you work in dirt, basically. You just kind of push dirt around and create new drains of dirt and shit. You know what I mean?
Ditch
And like,
diggers.
yeah, that's the thing. Like they just live menial lives and shit. Like there's one scene that's fucking hilarious. They're doing like exit interviews because God's gonna blow Earth up. So they're like interviewing this one chick's like, yeah, I work in nipples and like we made the male nipple. It was just originally it was supposed to just spew out orange juice, but we fucked it up somehow. And then like every day we just come in and we're like this is gonna be the day that we crack the nipple. No, and it never happens. And she's like, to be honest with you, I'm high all the time. That's like the type of humor that it is. It's like almost like The Office meets fucking.
Is it a series or a movie?
Like, it's a series, and each season is a different book by this guy, or based on a different book. So the first season basically takes place in heaven. The second season takes place in a medieval fucking kingdom. But it's the same actors. Like the guy who plays Harry Potter, Daniel Radcliffe is one of the main characters. Steve Buscemi is another one. They all, each book. I kind of want to read this guy's books because they seem like they'd be fucking hilarious.
Yeah, this looks good.
And like in the medieval one, everyone has the name. Like that's what they do. Like fucking like like Steve Buscemi's name is like John Shit Shoveler because that's what he does. He just shovels shit. It's so funny.
Nice.
Anyway,
So this is where can people watch that?
it's on HBO Max, and I don't know if it's on Netflix or Hulu or anything like that, but TBS originally airs it.
Okay.
It's a TBS show.
Okay, next
I
up
should
we
check
have
that out.
Ashtray. GameStop goes to the fucking moon.
Oh, I heard about this.
Yeah, did you see the story about GameStop? So GameStop, the stock market rally was because a bunch of Redditors in this subreddit were basically like, fuck these institutions who've bought all these shorts on.
It's called like Wall Street Bets, isn't it? The name of the thread, Wall Street Bets or something like that.
The institutional investors, are all trying to short GameStop because they think GameStop is fucking, a dead shell of its former self, and everybody's downloading games now. Nobody goes to malls anymore. Well, these Redditors decided, well, let's just fucking start buying GameStop, because if the stock goes up and they have a short position, the more it goes up, the more money they they bleed out.
The short people, the people that put in the shorts, right?
The big investment firms that decided to short GameStop, which is like where it's basically a speculative investment on the fact that this company is going to go down, right? Well, if it doesn't go down, like in the movie The Big Short, where they like, when's the housing market going to crash? Then they were like bleeding money for a while in that movie. It's a same thing. What they did is they basically all just like encouraged each other through the Robinhood app to start buying up the GameStop. So because of all the interest in the purchasing of it, it just started shooting up through the roof, which was like, I think the institutions that had shorts on it lost $14 billion.
God damn!
Shut up!
Holy
Are you
fucking
serious?
shit! What?
Collectively.
Holy fuck!
Wow.
In one day?
But the thing is, you gotta also think too, like how many of these people, they're called retail investors now. The people who use like Robinhood app, and they're it's gonna be probably what the next bubble is, kind of like where people were buying more than one house in The Big Short. Where this is now, it's like anyone can get the Robinhood app and just start making speculative option buys. Which even when
so pretty much a bunch of stoners got together, like, man, I like going to GameStop.
Well, basically, yeah, they influenced the market.
They
they didn't do anything
by their numbers, not necessarily by the money they have.
Exactly, it was by their sheer numbers. Which it's like, of course, these investment firms are like, "Whoa, the SEC we got to stop this." It's like, no, it's like they weren't. They weren't giving out any misinformation. They were
right. They were doing nothing illegal.
They were doing.
Yeah, they were doing nothing illegal.
They're just collectively kind of
using the system against these fucking rich assholes, and I think it's fucking hilarious.
It is.
Right.
Granted, now some of these guys might get, people who jumped onto this train too late when it's like, oh shit, the stock's like 60 some bucks. Yeah, sure.
Right. They're gonna lose their ass.
When it was just the other day, it was around $20 prior to that, and it's been, I guess, all year it's been bobbing between, I can't remember what they said, like $3 and $10 for most of the year. But yeah, at one point it even got up above $300.
Yeah. It went from when we checked it. When I checked it at my job, it was at 86, and then when I checked it like 2 hours later, it was at like 146. It was like 143.
Like, can you
Yeah.
imagine though, if you had jumped on that and it just made like 10 grand? You know what I mean?
Yeah, but you would have
Yeah,
had
and then make 10 grand and hope you get your ass out while it's still going.
Right.
Right. That's what I mean. You'd have
Yeah.
to get in and get out, but I mean that's the
Yeah.
whole point of it.
Yeah.
Well,
Fuck the
the thing is,
actual
though, this
value
is
of the company.
the sad. Well, that's the bad, like the devil's edge of the sword of this. So it's great that they're sticking it to the big guys. This isn't. It's basically playing games with valuation.
getting in and getting out is it?
That's the thing though. It's showing the weakness of the system that people think is the fucking king of the crop.
Mm-hmm.
Capitalism.
Right.
You know, the free market. And it needs to have some sort of
Yeah, and the market values across the board are kind of out of whack with like reality.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And this
I
is
think
a
they're
prime
gonna.
example of it.
I think they're gonna do that. I think they're gonna do this a couple more times, and then they're gonna try to find a way to stop it. But I'm gonna save up some money.
Oh yeah,
next
the rich
time.
white
So
people.
next,
The rich white
Yeah.
people will stop it somehow.
we'll stop it somehow. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm gonna try to get on to the next one before fucking.
Well, that's the thing though.
They
It's like,
stop it.
yeah, I don't know. Like you read the more I've tried to understand how like short options work, and like these people do it, the more it just goddamn confusing it sounds, and the more it's just like, yep, Craig, you're just gonna fucking lose a lot of money. Step back from
Yeah.
that.
Right. Yeah.
In the short run, this is hilarious.
Right. I don't want GameStop to go away. I think that
Yeah,
there is a
good
place
backup
for
for
physical
control
game
group.
stores. And if they go away, then really kind of the big retailers or whatever, they can do whatever the fuck they want. In terms of, if there's no resale market or anything like that, if you take that away, I've enjoyed some of the trading shit into GameStop is generally not a good deal, but they have good
fuck no, they
they
will
have good
bid
deals
you
on
over.
they have good deals on games,
And
physical
memorabilia and everything else.
And
Yeah.
also they
Well,
are
that's the
one of the
thing,
few
yeah.
places that has a game magazine, Game Informer, that you get as a membership to GameStop. So those are things that I will actually.
They need to kind of change their model a little. I think
they do.
too. They need to cater more toward younger.
Right.
They should almost start. They should
make it kind of
hybrid
like
with
almost an
the board
arcade,
game
like
stores.
a
The
fucking
board game
hybrid
stores
arcade.
are.
I'm ashamed to say I go to GameStop
popular.
about once a week.
Yeah, I appreciate having a physical
and you do,
place
and that's fine. But like once people usually get older, they stop going there as much. You know what I mean? It seems like more of a kid thing. But if they, think about it. If GameStop was to fucking make like a hybrid arcade,
that would be
fucking
fucking
video
awesome.
game store, like memorabilia shit. They just need to diversify their fucking business model. Yeah.
Right.
I mean, but
you can easily survive.
Now you can trade in like everything, and you can trade in phones and tablets and shit.
Right?
GameStop
Yeah,
now. You
man.
trade in everything.
They could do everything, man. They got the fucking infrastructure already. They have the buildings.
Yeah, I think they need to get away from like the junky ass, like bring in your fucking old cell phones and shit like that.
Yeah,
and lean more into the gaming fucking side of it. To get into more like the board gaming or get into or something like
shit
that.
Out,
right.
You know?
Because those are the people that want to go there are fucking gamers.
Right.
The thing is, a lot of these nerds might be caught with their pants down with this. If they jumped on this fucking bandwagon too late, and then tomorrow the stock goes back down to $10.
Well,
yeah,
right,
yeah.
All right, next up we have
break a few eggs. You want to make an omelet,
right?
You know?
Yeah.
Try fucking
they're not my
cryptocurrency trading. You'll have a lot of fun. There's definitely no regulation there. All right, so next up we have me with Real VR Fishing. This is a game.
Yeah, and how's it different from your other fishing game?
So,
or is it the same one?
It's not the same
one. Real.
Yeah, this one's real. So this is on the Quest 2. You can get it on Quest. I don't know if you can get it on PCR. And I've got to say that this game surprised the fucking hell out of me. I wasn't really expecting a whole lot. Um, the
But I bought it
graphics,
anyway.
the graphics of this game are phenomenal.
Does
Phenomenal
look pretty.
graphics. They've done such a masterful job of using like photos, but so when you use photos, you are not actually creating complex geometry, and that's the thing that is taxing on hardware when you're. So they've done this in a very realistic way, and they focused on little details. Like when you look off to the side, there's like little like clouds of mosquitoes flying around, or there are clouds of bats in the night sky. Or in this one, you can
So
see there's a double
the
rainbow.
hills are all a flat photograph, really,
Yeah,
instead
but
of
it doesn't look like that. Like I can
right.
tell that it is that, but yeah, they've done just a fantastic job with this, and it feels great. It's a hell of a lot of fun. Right now, it's all in South Korea. There are something like 20 different locations in South Korea where you can
Most of
fish.
these are all South Korean places.
Yeah, these are South Korean
Fish.
places, but
No
they have
American lakes. Well,
well, they have a map. I think the company is based in South Korea. They have a map
I would assume
where
as
they're going to
much.
do DLC with that. But it was pretty cool. Tonight, I was actually streaming the game.
Yeah, I
and
saw you sitting there fishing. I was like, what the
Yeah.
fuck is he doing?
I was fishing, and then I took my headset off, and one of the developers actually was watching me. He's like, "Hey, thanks for fucking playing the game." I don't know if he was watching me like I'm like fucking shit. God damn it! I fucking lost the fish. But if you
This
if you
game sucks.
yeah, right, if you
Right.
crank up the difficulty, it gets a little. There's strategy, like if the fish jumps out of the water, you got to whip the pole to the other side, the tension of the line and everything. Like there's this stuff that you have to do, and it got cool upgrades and stuff like that. So real VR fishing, $20 on the Quest store.
I think is it do the controllers
Look at those
vibrate and everything else?
pajama
Yeah, oh, yeah.
Because
pants.
fishing. Okay, because fishing you gotta have
Oh,
a
yeah.
feel for the.
Yeah, no,
Fish in
Oh,
your
okay.
pajama pants.
no, you definitely the vibration and everything. The feedback feels great when you're doing this. They've done a fantastic job. Honestly, if you sit an old person down with this game, you are absolutely going to blow their fucking minds.
Yeah, they're gonna drool all over it.
Right?
Right.
They will. This is like the killer app that you want to show fucking grandpa, if he can still see with his eyes,
Right.
because you need that for VR. But maybe your dad or something like that. Really good. So definitely
Yeah, I could
check
see my
that out.
dad totally being into this.
It looks great, especially on the Quest. The Quest 2, you can actually turn up the graphics through side quest. It looks really, really sharp when you do. All right. Moving on to the fuck what you think. This is where we tell you to go fuck yourself and things that piss us off in the world that we have nothing, no power to change. We can just bitch about
Yep.
it. And first up, we have Mystic with disorganization.
Yeah, again, I'm gonna bitch about the station I work at because the management are quite literally the dumbest people that I've ever seen manage anything. I don't think Jim, the news director, is that dumb. He just doesn't know what he's doing. So, Packers are playing Sunday, right? 2:00. We have a pregame. So Jim is the news director. And besides the general manager, he's the dude in the building that makes the most money. You know what he came in to do? He came in to run the jib camera.
What's the jib camera?
The camera that moves around, the main camera on our set. Like he was running a fucking camera, someone you paid $12 an hour to do.
Yeah.
And when he could be helping in other areas. But he's a fucking idiot. He doesn't know how to fucking work any of our software. He doesn't write scripts. You know what I mean?
He's the director?
Yeah, and he's the fucking news director.
How did he get that?
Yeah,
that
how, I
position?
mean, how does he get? I mean, really,
Because he's the good old boy, just like the general
he's just been
manager.
there
They're
forever.
fucking they're Trump supporting fucking Republican cunts.
Rootin' tootin',
you do
bootin'
work for a Fox
motherfuckers.
affiliate station.
Yeah, and the general manager So then the general manager, okay, and then here's the second thing. So it's fucking the game starts at 2:05, and I shit you not, at 1:55, Jim comes into the sports office after the fucking post game thing was done, and he asks Brandon, the sports anchor, "Can we use highlights in the post game?" Okay, this is an NFC Championship game. This didn't sneak up on you. You know what I mean? This didn't just come out of fucking nowhere. You've known about this for over a week.
Right.
And you're just fucking now asking somebody if you can use highlights. Brandon's like, no, we can't use highlights. We've never used highlights because it doesn't take place during a regular scheduled news time, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you would have to get special permission from the NFL.
Okay.
So after Brandon tells him that, he has to go call the general manager and talk to a corporate lawyer from Fox just to make sure. Well, then why the fuck did you even ask Brandon and waste his time, dude?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then later on, so I worked fucking 13 hours on Sunday because these idiots don't know how to schedule. They didn't even ask me until the day before if I could come in early, right? So I fucking go in at like noon. No, it was 11 o'clock. I went in at 11. And 11:15 at night, the general manager calls up and he's like, "Hey, I saw this sound that Aaron Rodgers said after the game. And they ran it on ABC, but we never ran it." So he made the guy who was Tim, our main sports dude, pull the cameras back out up in Green Bay and record a fucking another in and out for a package put together for the morning about stoking the flames about Aaron Rodgers leaving the Packers. You know what I mean?
Jesus.
Like just to push that fucking like that whole button, that news cycle button.
Uh-huh.
So he made me stay 45 minutes later than I was supposed to be there. The fucking dude, I fucking
Did you give him one?
There you have it.
Obviously not.
Back
Kick him with your big boot.
scenes of the newsroom.
I fucking hate that place. I
Would you rather
do.
go
I
back to
fucking hate
Pizza
it.
Hut?
No, it's still the best job I've ever had. I hate the managers. They're such idiots.
That's the way my job is too. It's like, sometimes it's just like, why the fuck am I still here? But it's like, it's the best job I've ever worked at. I got too many perks.
Right. I love my job, man. It's fucking awesome. I get to fuck with white people.
I know, it's our white problems. Fucking hate our jobs, but they're so good.
No, my job is fucking fun.
All right, next
Anyway.
up, we have Ashtray with "Let's let the cool college kids vaccinate the public." Derp.
Yeah. So Philadelphia, apparently let this scoozy, this startup group called Philly Fighting COVID, self-described group of college kids that basically had no healthcare experience. They had basically were given the I guess contract, you'd say, or to like set up all these vaccination stations in Philadelphia, and they're like all these seniors signed up, and like this I guess it turned into like there was a problem with the registration software, so all these people like in their fucking 80s and 90s are in line with a piece of paper printed out waiting for their vaccine, and they were told, "No, we're sorry, actually there's no vaccines for you here." And these were just like college kids, just like then I guess the leader, he's like only 22 years old. He what the fuck is his name? He was caught or basically he snuck like he basically just took some vials for himself, and there was some Snapchat video where it's like, at a private party or whatever, where they're just like, "Oh, here you are vaccinating people," and these fuckers, all they were is a college group that started where they're like, "We'll help out with the frontline workers, and we're gonna 3D print these face shields. look at all these 3D printed face shields that probably never were used. But it's just like, oh yeah, thanks, that's great. But they're basically just kind of like an online, like Facebook group. That's run by a graduate student. What the fuck is his name? Andrea Dorshin. But it's a guy. It looks like Andrei. How would you pronounce that?
I don't.
Andrea.
Probably just Andre.
Andre Dorshin. Anyways, this motherfucker. I guess they somehow can con their way into be like, well, we can do the vaccines too. We made these face shields. We can help give vaccines.
What, make the vaccines?
We made a
not
fake
make vaccine, but
distribute them.
distribute,
Like, give them to people.
inoculate people.
Yeah. I mean, are they
inoculation.
qualified to fucking
I mean,
do
you think
that?
you'd have to
No.
kind of be trained for that.
Right?
No, they're
What's
not at all.
to stab somebody in the shoulder and plunge? I mean,
They don't
it's,
No, I want the person that's doing that to me to at least fucking
Yeah,
know
like
what they're
training
should
in
have
doing.
been
Phlebotomy,
shown
right?
a video on how to
That's
do it.
called?
Like, they should at
Um,
least have a training video.
I mean,
experience.
Jesus
Yeah.
Christ.
Isn't that phlebotomy they call it?
That's
Or-
taking the blood.
No, I think
That's
that's
taking
taking
the-
the blood.
yeah, that's taking the life juice out of
I
your
think
body.
pharmacy
That's what
techs can
phlebotomy
give
is.
you shots.
Well,
Um,
yeah. I mean, some training.
exactly.
Yeah,
though.
yeah.
Some training, yeah.
It's not
Like,
hard. It's not a hard thing.
Just
to
like
do.
I want the
nurses.
person at
Even-
McDonald's to have
Exactly.
some training on
Yeah.
how to make my goddamn Big
But
Mac.
the dude that's
So-
making the Big Mac has watched a video.
Yeah, this
Yeah.
came out from Philadelphia Magazine.
Uh,
Reported the executive team lacked anyone with a medical degree or advanced
Are you
degree in
fucking
public health.
serious?
Dorshin himself listed a resume that included stints teaching a high school film class,
Oh
producing
my
videos
God.
of people longboarding, and practicing parkour,
Holy
and
fucking
founding a
shit.
nonprofit
parkour.
that Philadelphia Magazine said mostly consisted of a meme-heavy Twitter account, some minor community lobbying, and a fundraising goal of $50,000 that netted $684. And
Wow.
So-
Thousand?
dude.
No, just dollars.
yeah, like it got exposed that this fucker may have even stolen vials of vaccine for himself even. And then they switched they were a nonprofit status, and then they right in before or as they're getting started, they're just like, oh, we're gonna switch our status now to for profit. And
Oh my God.
I guess there was they overheard or there was chatter of amongst the executive board of this Philadelphia fighting COVID. They're like, we're gonna be rich. We're gonna charge. Basically, we're getting all these vaccines for free, but we're gonna then bill the shots to the insurance companies. We're gonna
So
bragging
Stephanie-
about how rich they're gonna get.
Jesus.
So Stephanie said
Christ.
something about a Chick-fil-A manager being called in to help.
Oh my God. What the
Does anybody know about that?
fuck?
A
Chick-fil-A
Chick-fil-A
manager?
manager?
This
Yeah, she
just
says,
keeps
please. She
on
says,
getting better.
brings up the Chick-fil-A manager. Yeah,
In
called in to
Philly?
help. I don't. Yeah, so
Oh my
that's
God.
what she said. So I can go ask
This
her in the
is
room.
Maybe.
That's a uniquely American.
This
'Cause it
is the
just-
most
story.
ridiculous shit I've ever heard
Well,
of.
and
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
it's just basically they've the city has now come out and been like, oh, we're totally we're not no longer doing anything with this group.
yeah, our
Also
bad.
they're the
Our hands
another
are
thing they
clean.
forgot, they also had the waiver forms that these senior citizens were signing. In the legal language, it had it basically waived their right for them to be able to sell their personal information to third parties for data.
And they did that anyway?
I don't know if they actually did sell the data, but it was in their language
But
that
they just
they could.
steal everybody's fucking social security number?
Oh my
know.
God, man.
What the fuck?
Yeah, this guy, whatever, some probably young, naive, I'm so fucking smart and running this nonprofit. I 3D
It's
printed
'cause
these
nobody-
face shields.
It's because he grew up and nobody ever told him no.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
You know what I mean? You can do anything you want. I'll just make some fucking face shields and stab people in the arm.
I'll get these free
Fucking
vaccines from the
retard.
government, and then I'll charge the insurance company for doing the work.
It's-
Right.
Here's,
Yeah.
here's the question: where to get the needles?
Yeah,
Exactly.
yeah. I just went down to the fucking the Narcan clinic and picked up some
Right.
dirty
Yeah,
needles
fuck
from the
Picked up a bunch
dispenser.
under the tray, the dock.
Okay, she put it in the
Yeah.
thing here.
No,
All
their
right,
reason for becoming switching to a for-profit. They're like, oh, we needed to switch to for-profit for it was necessary for scaling up the operation.
Oh my.
It's just like one of those fucking those business buzzwords, scaling up.
Yeah, it was scalable when it was for profit. Yeah, see,
Yeah,
that has
right.
nothing to do with it, but okay.
Oh man. The organization of this at the local level has been astounding. How fucking God help us
Yeah.
if there's ever like
Yeah.
a nuclear attack or some
Yeah,
shit.
yeah. Can
Oh,
you
God,
imagine
yeah.
if it was like a full fucking like I don't know, Jerry Bruckheimer outbreak type situation?
I was just watching the
you know?
remake of The Crazies, and
Oh,
the
yeah.
government comes in and like basically rounds the whole town up, because
Town
they're
up,
like
yeah.
Yeah, they were gonna
infected.
like nuke them, weren't
And
they?
it's like, they got the whole fucking medical tent and stuff, and it's just like
Yeah.
they're fucking not putting out the ones who are infected or whatever, and it's just like Jesus fucking Christ, they pulled this off in like a matter of 2 days, and it's like we're
Yeah,
still
yeah.
like waiting on medical supplies and shit. And it's like, yeah, there's no
Well,
way we
that was
survive
a
a zombie apocalypse.
movie ashtray.
All right. So next up we have me with Marjorie Taylor Greene, who is a representative in Georgia.
Dirty asshole.
And this is a crazy ass fucking QAnon conspiracy theorist person that is in our fucking government. A video surfaced of
Yeah.
her following this David Hogg, who is one of the survivors of the Parkland shootings in Parkland, Florida, claiming that it was a false flag attack organized by George Soros. She's harassing this kid. And there are other incidents where she's like calling for the executions of like all these other political figures or whatever. Okay, fine. If you are a private citizen, I don't give a fuck if that's what you're doing. Honestly, whatever. You can be a QAnon supporter. I don't give a shit. You can't be a goddamn state representative. Okay, this is
Right.
ridiculous.
People voted her in.
Jesus Christ, what are you thinking? This is
The thing is, they had
insanity.
she had a, the Republican Party had a challenger, like a party challenger
Mhm.
running against her in the primary, and she still beat him. Like, is her district just that
Yeah,
fuck
they
shit
are.
and crazy?
Where
Must
which
be.
she's from? Was it Colorado, right?
I don't know if she's from. Well, she's in Georgia. That's where she's a
Oh,
representative.
Oh, it's
Georgia
the Georgia.
says
She's a
zero.
Georgia. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's probably some podunk fucking ass
Yeah,
has 13,000 people in the county or some shit. You know what I
Right.
mean? And 12,800 of them are.
well, it's a
fucking racist
district that
redneck
like
pieces
was
of
going to
shit.
be Republican either way. It's gerrymandered
Right.
into it, but
Right.
she beat out the the institutional Republican.
What more did you learn about
Yeah,
the
she
Congresswoman's?
out-crazied them.
Yeah.
Well, that's the Republicans are going to have a
Sarah
hard
Palin
time.
style.
They're right back to suckling on Trump's tit,
Mm-hmm.
and they're all fucking folding back in that cupboard. We can't
steal.
we can't impeach president. He's no longer president anymore. And I mean, the Democrats better just keep their shit together, because I don't know how they're going to be able to formulate around anyone. Trump won't let anyone run but him. You know that.
Yeah.
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 And like, do they really think they're going to be able to pull off another Trump run? Even
Jesus.
if they don't
hope
pull
they
off
try.
a,
God
I hope
help
they
them.
I
if
hope
try.
they
they do.
try, but
God, I hope they fucking try. It'll be funny.
Right.
I
I
I hope it isn't close. So God,
yeah.
I would think think if he did win, and I wouldn't put it past. Oh, I wouldn't put it past America. I hate us. God,
Come on. Oh,
All
God,
right.
you're getting big.
Last up,
Jesus
we
Christ.
have Teddy with J.K. Rowling strife.
Okay. All right. Well, got you. Okay. So I've been hearing about this series that's coming to HBO Max. It's a fucking stop. God damn it. Can you see him doing something?
But he is
It's
wrestling with
Harry,
his dog right now.
yeah, Harry Potter miniseries that's coming. But people don't want J.K. Rowling to be a part of it, and it's funny because it's based off of her IP. So why, like, she created the world? Why would she not be? Some people say that she'll turn it into Fantastic Beasts. Which I'd never
What
read the
was wrong
books,
with
so
Fantastic
So
I don't know.
Beasts?
there's
I
nothing.
never read.
Yeah, I
I
thought they
never
were
read the
decent.
books. I thought the movies were decent though. It's but again, she created it. So
Right.
what are you doing?
Yeah, that's the thing, man. It's I don't know. It just makes no sense to me.
Well,
Yeah.
that's like asking, like when they made Bohemian Rhapsody, like, oh, the remaining members of Queen, like, well, they shouldn't be involved.
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
or anybody, you know,
Exactly.
like
Like,
George R.R. Martin. Yeah,
Right.
you don't get any say in fucking Game of Thrones.
how
You know,
can
like
you
what?
how can you where have we arrived in this society, in this culture, where there are people that are disillusioned enough to think that here's this thing that was an international sensation, that
Yeah,
are the biggest books in fucking history, and now you somehow have the right to it, and the person that created it
yeah.
no longer has the right to
It's being self-centered.
it. It's
Shit
insane.
shit doesn't fucking. It's not always about you, Felicia. You know what I mean?
Exactly, right?
Yeah.
It's as simple as that.
What
Like
the
this is
fuck?
you don't have to consume the media.
Right.
You don't have to
Right, yeah.
watch it.
Yeah.
If you don't like it,
You don't even have to say anything about it.
like when Married with Children was on air and those fucking moms tried to get legislation passed to fucking move the
Yeah, get it
time
taken.
slot and shit because oh my kids are watching it. Well then don't let your fucking
Yeah.
kids watch
How
it, you
about
dumb bitch.
parent your children?
Yeah. The fuck. Anyway,
Well, there you have
we're
it.
done.
That's it. In all
it?
seriousness, go fuck yourself. Dumb shit. Fucking hillbillies.
Dumb shit,
Wherever
hillbillies.
Marjorie Taylor Greene is from.
Right. Fucking get it together. You could do
Q
whatever the
cups.
fuck you want. Just come on. That's ridiculous. That's our show. We're going to be here every Wednesday or Thursday night at 10 p.m. Central. Make sure you join the conversation at theredeyereport.com. We have other content. We have shirts and other merchandise there. Check it out. Or facebook.com/redeyereport. Pop socket. I always get compliments on my pop socket.
Pop socket.
You can also twiddle us
I
at
can't put one on my phone because it folds. Ooh.
What, the pop socket?
Cool.
Red
No,
Eye.
yeah,
How small does it
Report.
fold? You can't even fit a pop socket on it?
It folds to be smaller than my wallet. And a pop socket would be very uncomfortable on it.
That's what she said.
Why would you
All right.
say that a pop socket?
Pop
feels
socket
Like
on
us.
my ass.
Share us or fuck us. We're down for whatever. I'm Oracle.
I missed it.
Y'all always let the black man be last, but I'm cool with it. Fuck you, white folks. I'm Teddy.
And this
You
is
like
the Red Eye
being
Report.
last.
I do like being last. It's I don't understand why y'all have to rush to get your names out. I mean, it's
Has your